Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary, and in today's video I'll be showing y'all how I made this whale that is functional. A couple of people in my crafting group asked if I can do a tutorial on it, so that's what I'm doing. And basically what you're gonna need is some PVC pipe like this. I got it from Lowe's. You're going to need a small one and you're going to need a big one, which is in here. And I've already went ahead and glued it around the big one, because the small one is going to be done the exact same way, which is going to be the bucket. And I use E6000, and it takes E6000. Anyone that crafts knows it takes E6000 at least 24 hours to actually get hard like you want it to be. So for the purpose of this video, for the rest of it, I'm just going to be using E6000 and hot glue. So yeah, so basically, like I said, what you're going to do, and this is going to be the bucket. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your popsicle stick and you're going to measure the size that you want, which will be like this. And you're just going to take your scissors and you're just going to cut it. Just like that. And you're going to take your hot glue or your E6000, whichever you prefer. I like to use E6000, but for this video, I'm just going to go ahead and use hot glue. So you're just going to glue it on just like that, and I'll do it again. Hot glue. And then we're just going to stick it into place just like that. And you're going to do that all the way around. And then you're going to end up with it like this. And what I did was, after I glued my sticks all the way around, I took a piece of cardboard and I traced the bottom, traced it so I can get it even. And I took a piece of yarn, white yarn, and I took a little bit of glue and I glued it into place. And I glued it on. I took the wood glue and put it on a string to make it stiff. And then I took some wire, which is the wire here that I used, and I made my handle. And after you do that, you want to take a popsicle stick. You're going to cut it again. When you cut it, you're going to take that popsicle stick and you're going to glue it right in the middle, or right on the sides, like this. And it's going to be the handles. And what I did was I took a handheld drill or electric drill with a small drill bit and drilled my holes into the stick so it can hold my wire. So yeah, so this is your bucket. Now we're going to move on. We're going to take our wooden dowel, which is what I use for the handles. We're going to take our wooden dowels, and I'm going to take some E6000, and I'm going to squeeze out as much as I can onto the bottom of the stick. We're going to squeeze some here. I'm going to put the lid back on. We also going to come in with some wood glue. Put it on the back of the stick. So you got E6000 on there, wood glue here, and we're just going to glue this into place. So you stick it wherever you want it, and you let that set. And while you do that, and while you let that set, you want to set that out of the way, and you're going to come in and you're going to make your roof, your base of your roof, which is going to set on top of those sticks like this. So if you look under here, you can see that there's this wood plank that's setting on the top of the wooden dowels. I know mine is not completely dry yet because I just glued it in there, but I'm gonna slide this back. So hold on, let me see if I can. Here you go. So I got this set here, and I'm going to take some wood glue, and I'm going to just take some wood glue, and I'm going to put it right on top. And you want to make sure you do a generous amount because you want it to really hold when you put it on. So I'm going to do it this way. And okay, turn it, oops, let's turn it this way. And this tells me that something is off just a little bit. So what I want to do is find out what it is. So let's turn it long ways. There we go. So we're going to turn it like this. Yep. And we're going to let that dry. So it's going to look just like that. Actually, I take that back. We're going to take this off. Get a little bit ahead of myself. I'm going to take this off. And we're going to bring this one because I've already done this one. So this one is going to go on the top just like this. So what we need to do now is make the other side, which is just like this. I took a triangle and I glued 3 sides together to make the triangle. And then I cut the sticks to make the back. And what I'm going to do now is finish gluing this into place like this. Stick that into place. And we're just going to cut a little bit of this off with the scissors. And we're going to stick a little on here. Stick that into place just like that. So this is what the back looks like. This is what you should have now. We're going to bring this back. And we're going to, I have to turn this so I can see it. Sorry. I'll turn it around once I get it in place. But basically what you're doing, I'm just going to turn it around so y'all can see a little bit. It's going to take this and it's going to be glued into place. So it's going to look like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So we're just going to go ahead and put some on here. Like I said, it's wood glue. It's going to dry the color of the wood. So, yeah. And like I said, I'm just going to keep on putting this on here. And going to do the bottom. So, I got a trade day coming up tomorrow. And basically what that is where people come and sell different things. Some people sell clothes and others sell jewelry, and I sell crafts. And I've already made one well, but since so many asked, well, since a couple of you asked for me to do a tutorial on how I did the well, that's basically what I'm doing. And I know this is not going to stay just yet because it's got to take a time to dry. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on that. And in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and set this out of my way and let that dry. Actually, let me bring this back because I may have to add just a tad bit more glue. Okay. All right. So we got this. I'll turn it on its side like this. Okay. So we got this here. And now what we're going to do is, we're going to do the crank, which is the easiest part of all of it. Is basically what you want to do. You're going to have a wooden dowel, piece of a popsicle stick, and another wooden dowel. And basically all you're going to do, take some glue, put it on the end, just like this. Put a little glue here. And then we're going to just push this to the side and let it dry. Because I can't really do too much of anything else until some of the stuff starts drying. And I'm trying not to make this a 2-part, just in case if somebody wants to do it. And so we're going to stick this off to the side and let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to bring this back. And I'm just going to mess with it a little bit more because I'm not happy with the way it's setting. So, yeah. And then after you get that, you're going to take, this is going to be the base for the bottom of your well to set on. And I know I got some glue on it. We're just going to wipe that off. And so like you see here, the bottom is what I have here. And basically what I'm going to do is just set this here. And turn it this way. Set this here. And I'm just going to take some wood glue. And I'm just going to go around this with the wood. And like I said, it'll seal because of the wood with the wood glue. So yeah, so I'm just basically going around this with this wood glue, and then I'm gonna set it right on this base, and then it'll, once it dries, it'll just be there. And I'm gonna take some green moss and I'll go around this with some green moss, and that'll be the grass for that the well is setting in. And then you can decorate it any way you want to after that. So we got that, set that out of the way. And I'm just going to go ahead, set this into place where I want it. And wipe off some of the glue, which is fine if you don't, because you're just going to go in with your green moss and you're just going to put the glue around it just like that. So now we got that into place. And we have our little house, or not house, but the roof. And we're just going to go ahead again, stick some glue right on top of those wooden dowels, just like this. I know I'm being a little messy. I'm sorry about that. And then we're going to go ahead and take our little roof and we're going to set it. And you can set it any way you want to. I'm happy with mine setting just like it is. And we're going to set this off to the side. Here's our bucket. We talked about this. We've already done the bucket. And we have our little sticks, which we're going to cut. And we're going to measure. So let me turn this around so y'all can see. We're going to take our stick, and I drill holes in this also. And we're going to see what size we want it. So I'm going to turn this back so I can see what I'm doing. And I need to grab a pencil, which I don't see one. So I'm going to have to eyeball it. Okay. So we'll cut here. And let me look. And we'll cut here. Then you're going to take those and you're just going to stick those into place just like this. And I'm just going to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crank, and it's probably not dry, but it's fine because I just want to make sure I get my sticks even. So I'm just basically just taking this, and it's not glued into place, which I probably should try to glue it into place before I go any farther. So there, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to do the other side. So we are going to cut this here and here. And since I dropped that, there we go. Let's see here. Stick that there. I may have to recut these because I think I may have cut them a little too small, and I did. So basically I need to redo this one, but I need a drill and I don't want to get off camera to do it. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your crank, like, and it's gonna look like this. Well, actually, it's not really as dry as I want it to be, but you get the picture. So let's just set this to the side. So basically, the next thing you're going to do, because mine's is not dry enough for me to continue with the video. But what you're going to do is for your crank, this is the crank. You're going to take the wooden dowel, like I told you, and the small stick, and here's your handle. So basically, it's going to look like this. And if it was dry enough for me to go ahead with, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use some hot glue. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead for this purpose right here. And I'm going to redo this because I'm not going to take it to the cell using hot glue because it'll fall apart. That's why I recommend E6000. And this is what your crank's going to look like. Remember what I said? You got your wooden dowel handle, and then like that. So this is what it's going to look like. And once again, I said I wasn't going to use hot glue, so I was just putting it together enough to show y'all what it's going to look like. And I need to cut another one of these, but I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all. Y'all going to need two. Just like this, you need one with a hole drilled in it, because this is what your cranks is going to go through. This is what's going to turn. So, I'm going to go to the other side. I got this one here. And I'm going to take some wood glue. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on, just like this. And we're just going to stick this into place. Just like this. And I will be going over this again with E6000. So once you get it into place, it's going to look like this. Like this. You're going to do that exact same thing on the other side. But before you do that, you're going to make sure that you got your crank put together. So you're going to push that in, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to add your bucket, and then you're going to push it through. And this is because if you put this string on, you're not going to be able to push it through. So basically, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm done with this for right now. I'm going to bring this one back. So what you want to do is put the bucket on in the string first, because obviously you can't push the bucket through. You can't push this through with the bucket already on it because it's not going to fit. So what you need to do is put this in first, then tie your bucket into place, and then go from there. Otherwise, you're going to have to take the bucket and the crank all apart and try to figure it out. But what did I do with it? Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and try this again. I'm just going to go ahead and do the wooden glue, the hot glue, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do the wood. I'm going to take it, like I said, I'm going to take this apart. I'm just doing this for the sake of this video. Okay. So, like I said, here's your crank. And if you try to stick this through with this bucket on it, it's not going to work. So basically what you need to do is you need to take this and you need to stick this through. just like this. And once you get this through, I'm just going to go ahead because it's not dry. So once you get this through, you're going to put this back in place, and then you're going to take your bucket. You're going to drop your bucket down off in there, and you may want to cut your string if it's too long for you. And when you do that, you're going to take your bucket and you're going to tie it around the string. And then that is what's going to, when you turn, that's what's going to crank. So hopefully y'all understand what I'm talking about. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this, stick this in place just like that. So that's how it should look. And remember what I said, do this on both sides and then make your crank. So I hope this video helped somebody. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And remember what I said, it does not have to be stained like this. You can paint it, you can decorate it any way you want to. So I hope this video helped. I tried to explain it the best I could. If I didn't do a good job, I'm sorry. You know, just let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.